Hey, hey, hey. You have something in my hair? Welcome back to the Gemini channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Gemini. Know that energy is fluid. Roles could be reversed. Just interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also know on this channel and all my channels, I like to dive deep within the reading. So I do look at everything, but we take a lot more time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see if they play those karmic themes, help you understand why your person's doing what they're doing, why you're attracting the person into your life. There's many different realities that play out at one time. Why would you be choosing to live a reality that keeps you stuck in a place of disempowerment? Well, no one would do that purposely. But once we look at the situation from a spiritual perspective, we can we can actually diffuse that emotional trigger, and we're able to then see how we contribute to the imbalances within the situation and change. And once we change, that obviously changes the entire dynamic of the connection. So it gives you your power back, which is really important when you're dealing with past life karmic mates, right? All right. Anything of any importance or relevance to the channel, you can find in the description box below. And we're going to just look to see what the underlining energy is. It's always on the first two cards that I pull out. We want to know that because when you're dealing with a person that wears masks, create facades, well, again, they're not coming from a place of what's really happening. They're usually coming from their ego, they're coming from their trauma, they're coming from, a different reality. So again, understanding that, like I said, allows you to diffuse that emotional trigger. All right. The underlining energy is aggressive. And another one. And loneliness. Wow. I feel like you're connected to someone that you've been in separation with for a long time, and they're really pissed off. There's a sense like they just can't believe that they're in this spot of like that no one's around them. Hey, nature, 222. So what winds up what so the underlining energy is like almost like this person that you're in separation from is really pissed off because you're not giving them any attention. You're not talking to them. You're like you've kind of let go, and this person never expected that. So the underlining energy is the aggression because they're actually like isolated. Now I don't know what happened to this person, but we're going to first see how they treated you, then we're going to see what they're going through, then we're going to see what they're going to do and what they feel, and then obviously why you attracted this person into your life. The healing element. But right now, again, they're pissed off. Well, again, you caught this person cheating. They either were talking to somebody else, and it could have been just emotional cheating. It could have been full blown cheating, but you had a feeling that they were cheating, that they were fooling around. And for some of you, I feel like this person never got out of a previous relationship. For some, they were out of a previous relationship, but they were still talking to people like in their inbox. They were, you know, again, just not giving you attention. So you detached because you're like, well, I'm not going to date you while you're running around and talk to 1,000 other people. Um, and again, they were creating a lot of illusions, like the illusion that they were single, the illusion that they were just working all the time, that they were busy all the time. I feel like this person tried to appear as if they were also better than they actually are. Maybe pretend that they had more money than they actually had, that they were more stable. So part of you feels that too, like you're like, I don't even know who I was in a connection with. And I feel like this person just again didn't have the time, as much time for you, but felt like they had time for everyone else. But I feel like that was part of the gaslighting. That was part of the illusions. I was so busy. I have to work again, like they were someone important when really they just didn't want to be held accountable. And at one time you're like, well, I was in a connection with you and I was lonely because you were giving other people your time and attention, where creating illusions, pretending that you were working, pretending that you had family responsibilities. Maybe if they have, some of you guys are connected to someone that has children, they had, or a parent that they take care of, just lying. And so that they didn't have to really be accountable. So that's what it was like to be in a connection with this person. When we ask why, like, what is their issue? I'm going to pull 3 and 3. Well, I feel like this person is just very controlling. There's a part of this person that's just very controlling. It's like, so everything's a power struggle. It's like, so if the moment that you're like, I don't really care, there's always a sense that this person is like, oh, now I'm going to care. But if you care and you're like, listen, I would like to, whatever your feelings were, like, I'd like to go out to dinner. Example, by 7 o'clock, this person would purposely show up at your house by 9. Like, they just did things to try and get underneath your skin. Like you're like, relationships don't need to be this difficult. And it's about this person not really wanting to surrender, wanting you to surrender. So again, just whatever it is. And that you also felt like you had to read between the lines with this person, that they lied a lot. By omitting information out of their situation. So again, they're controlling, and understand that is controlling when a person tells you half truths, when a person shades things to look a certain way, and that's really what I feel. I want to pull one more from this deck, which is like, yeah, they expected you to, like, again, to fall head over heels, but what you noticed is that it was shallow. It was shallow, and it's because this person's talking to other people. And that's why you're like, you're keeping me out of your life. You're keeping it surface. You don't follow through. The dinner is just an example. It could be anything that this person would do. It's like, that would just make it difficult. Like you always felt like there was resistance. And the reason why is because, well, like you said, shallow. And it's because this person, number one, is a little bit lazy. A little bit lazy, and also impulsive. So they could be in a relationship with you, but then what happens is they get tired of being in a relationship. And so they have very addictive personality. So the impulsiveness is that. It's like they didn't lead, like, set out to cheat on you. That's not what happened, but that's their personality. And it's because they're lazy. They don't want to put that much effort in. And if they're not putting that much effort in with you, then obviously you're not going to want to give to them. So the honeymoon phase of the relationship doesn't last very long with this person. And again, they just like to keep the relationship in a place of imbalance, which is, they have all the power. They're continuously triggering you by making the relationship a lot difficult than it needs to be. And that's why you disconnected, because you're like, you don't really even want to be with me. If you're talking to other people and you're cheating and you're not making time for me, really all you're doing is you're holding on to me, which, why would you want to be in a relationship like that? This person's actually mad because they never thought that you would disconnect. They're mad because now they're lonely. It's like, now where are all the people that you were running around with? Like, why aren't, you know what I mean? It's like, obviously it didn't work out. Let's see how they feel about you. Rose-colored glasses. Like, I feel like they think that you think that, again, that, like, what did I see in this person? Is, again, because, again, you've been in separation from them. They're mad. And so I feel like they're mad because their butt hurt. Because it's like, you're like, you're not really who you claim that you are. You create illusions. You didn't give me anything. You act like you're a lot busier and more popular and just an important person that you can't give me time. But meanwhile, all you're doing is talking to, like, stupid people on the internet, or insignificant people, and create that there's a double life. You have a double life. So if people really knew who you were, they wouldn't like you either. If I knew who you were, I wouldn't have liked you. So that's why this person is pissed off, because it's like I said, they know that you see them for exactly who they are now. Again, and what they're thinking now is mental health. It's bothering them. I feel like it's bothering them because this person's a little bit narcissistic. And so the fact that you took your power back, that you disconnected from them, that you're not going to be the savior, that you're not going to be the fixer, that they can't use your energy, that you have the last laugh. You disconnected from them. And that's the problem. Gonna read your thing after. So again, this person may think that it's a twin flame journey. Again, that you're their twin flame, which understand that's not. There's passion, but that whole connection is a difficult connection, especially when the person isn't healed. I feel like they're more of a past life karmic mate that could have stepped it up in this lifetime to be a twin flame, but they're not a twin flame journey. Or if they are, they're not where they should be yet. But it's like, I'm not really, like I said, they may feel like there is someone keeping me from you. So for a long time, this person, like I said, they to have someone on the side, and everybody that winds up with this person knows that you can't trust them. So when they get into a relationship, they were usually with people that are gonna control them, that are gonna be very codependent, because it's like, I don't trust you, but you can't control a person. This person connects to that. So they're again with somebody that they don't really want to be with, but they don't have the guts to actually leave that situation, it looks like. So that's why they're mad, because you're not coming to fix this. You're not coming to rescue them. You're not doing any of that for them. And you're like, I'm not gonna fight this person for you. I'm not gonna it's like, you want to leave that, then leave it, I wish I could give you more. Yeah, this person knows, what could I possibly even give to you? They can't give anything if they're connected to somebody else and they're a cheater. And see, that's why I said this person pretends that they have a lot more than they do. Again, they hide behind money, they hide behind material things. And what happened is it's the same thing over and over and over and over and over. And that's what they know, that why you're what you think of this person is that, like rose-colored glasses. I don't know who I thought that you were, but you are not that person. So let's see, are they going to do anything? Are they going to have the guts to do anything? Let's see. Are they going to have the guts to do anything? Because right now we see that they're connected to somebody else. They don't really want to be there. They still talk to other people. They know that you're seeing them for exactly who they are now. But sometimes these people still have the audacity to confront us. You know what I mean? All right. Well, right now, again, they're angry, and they're angry because there's a part of them that's intimidated, because they know that you're holding them accountable. First of all, you're not talking to them. And you don't want to talk to them, and you don't want to be the rescue person, and you're not the fix-it person. So this person's annoyed, they're mad, which we know. And then it's like, again, almost like this person's so one-sided that it's not even funny. It's like, but they're so mad because, again, you shattered their self-image. Again, they were so sure that you were going to fix it, that you would be there for them, that you would, because you're nice. Understand, they took the kindness for weakness at the beginning of the connection. You didn't think that there was anything wrong. Yeah, again, they like to come across as if they're perfect, as if they're the package. Like I said, they created a lot of illusions. They're not anything that they said that they are. And that's why, again, they know. So no, this person's not going to do a damn thing. It's like they're in a child wounds. And again, they're used to karmic contracts, which is what they're into, and there's a fear of change. So part of that fear of change is they would expect, even though they don't like what they create, they're comfortable with it. So again, you'd have to be on a lower vibration, and that's a one-sided relationship. And that what they see is, you're not doing that. You got their game, so they're not really going to come towards you because of that. So you have to say, well, why would the universe bring me a person like this? What is the whole spiritual significance to like attracting a person that is with somebody else? They're not happy in that connection. They don't want to be in that connection. They want me to rescue them, but they don't offer anything. They don't, it's like a real one sided. Why would you connect to that person? Like, what were the spiritual blocks that triggered, that awakened with inside of you, your wounds? And your wounds hold the karmic theme. And the karmic theme is, this is like a theme that you continue to live. And that's again card number 1, imagination. It's not bad. Card number 2, disassociation. Not that great. Lies and secrecy. Vulnerability. Dance. Overwhelmed. Nurture. We want to see, like, again, whoop, dropped half. Okay. Trauma. And one more for good measure. Magic. That's a good one. All right. So when we look at the inner child wounds to see, sometimes they're not all wounds, sometimes they're gifts. But what we know is that any type of trauma creates disassociation. We have this trauma, we have disassociation. And so that actually heightens our psychic abilities, believe it or not, because disassociation just means detached emotionally. You, as a child, you couldn't run away, you couldn't leave. So it's like you had to be there, but you checked out. And so you're there, but you're not there. So understand that's fragmentation due to that trauma actually, again, brings magic. Why? Because the child that survives thrives, and they thrive because again, they're in the psychic realm, they're in the spiritual realm, they get heightened psychic abilities, um, especially in their imagination, right? Because that detachment, disassociation, person's living in their head, they're not living. And why? Because again, it's overwhelming in the environment. And why is it overwhelming? Well, again, whatever the secrets and the lies were. So again, could be anything from, a parent being abusive to a parent that has, like, there's alcoholism, drug addiction, there's adultery, there's any imbalance. It's again that when we hide behind it, and if a parent is going through those situations, they're obviously not giving their child the love and the nurturing that they need. So it would be overwhelmed. And why I say that is because we also pull nurturance. And nurturance is like when a child's not nurtured, emotionally, what winds up happening is that they feel lonely, they feel overwhelmed, they don't feel supported. So again, they don't feel safe enough to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is trust. When we trust our environment, obviously, if we're traumatized because of what's going on in our environment, we're not really going to trust. So Spirit says you had trauma, and that this person like created, again, they weren't there, they abandoned you. Well, again, here, same energy. Trauma, they didn't emotionally nurture you, you didn't get that in childhood. um the lies and the secrecy, well, it's again, this person is lying, and they're hiding behind a bunch of secrets. The trauma that you had, the trauma that this person has and continues to create within their life. And so you see, it's just in alignment energy. So the way that you transmute the energy is not just to integrate the lesson, is to do what you did, which is to detach from this person. Now, to actually transmute that negative energy, you have to embody a new consciousness. You have to do something with the energy. You can't just get rid of it and say, well, now I'm not seeing this person, so it's over. No, because it's again the energetic template, which is the emotion that this person created, that trauma that they created, that awakened this energy, right? Why you attracted that person into your life. So Spirit says you have to embody a new consciousness for transformation. You're turning the fears into strength as you step into your power, which I believe is what you actually did when you were like, no, I'm not gonna like even deal with you. And then now move into the unknown. You can't, heal in the same place that you got sick. And part of you, if you're attracting a person like this, there's not enough of a new life. And that new life to stir up the passions within inside of you, things that are gonna like spark up your intuition and just like I said, you meet different people and situations and experiences when you go into the unknown. You get to see who you truly are, who you are today. You want to attract things that are in alignment with who you are today, not the wounds of your past, is what Spirit's saying. And again, you do that by finding your people, people that are going to help you connect to you on an emotional level, but also help you along the way. Because when the student is ready, the teacher appears. The universe brings people into your life to help change you, to heal you, to help transform you. We meet the angels along the way, and that's what Spirit's saying. It's like to get away from this person. It's like there's a whole world out there. Because you have limitless potential, but you don't know what that potential is because you haven't met the people and you haven't gone into the experiences yet that is going to open up your third eye to actually see what is available to you. And Spirit says that's how you erase that energetic template. It was like more passions, more hobbies, more interests, more things that again stir up the passion inside of you again. And that's really when you can attract that person that's going to give you the love that you really want in your life. The way that to do it is to become the energy of love. And when you again are living this card, the limitless potential, that all the opportunities, you're abundant. You're not going to be. And you'll be able to again still have the courage to act from a place of love, because love just requires you to first love yourself, be strong in yourself. And that's what you did when you broke away from this person. You said, nope. It's like, I'm not going to relive a karmic cycle. That's pretty much what you said. I don't know who's at my door. But we're going to pull one more card. And that is relax. And that is transformation. So you went through this experience to help you transform, that you are constantly evolving. You improve inward by working on your weaknesses and refining your strength. Life ensures to present you with the perfect situations to help you learn and grow. And that's what this was. Again, that's what Spirit said, to help you transform those old wounds and turn them into purpose, and into you'll see your limitless potential, to see who you are today. That's why it's like, because again, you haven't lived enough wild experiences that really, not just wild experiences, but when you're living, you see God work through you. You see God work through you, the environment, to give you support, to help heal you. And that's really what makes you strong. That's what makes you trust yourself. That trust isn't something outside of you. And when you, again, listen to yourself, you were like, no, I'm not going to be with this person. And that's why Spirit says, well, you passed that initiation and you got the test, you passed it. Now you've transformed. Now live that. So again, you can actually attract that abundance, which this person clearly is not in alignment with abundance. All right, I'm going to leave that there. And let's see what you said. He was in and on and off relationship with an ex and other women. So I pulled away, energy blocked him, so on. Yeah, well, that's what you have to do because those people aren't really committed to anybody. They don't want to be with anyone. What they want is a supply. And it's easy for them to be like, no, I'm not gonna like do what you want me to do. And if you have a request, if you're going to tell me what your feelings are, if you're going to, and I don't like what you have to say, I'm going to run to somebody else, which by the way creates intermittent manipulation. That's what that is. Intermittent manipulation creates brain damage. So you don't want to hold on to a person like that. And it does because person comes in and out of your life, they're triggering abandonment, you don't trust them. It's like you don't want to be in a place of hypervigilance. It's like that person doesn't want to grow up, and they want to take from everyone. So you did the right thing by blocking yourself off from that person. You have to protect yourself. You have to love yourself first. Remember that. All right, I'm gonna go. I will talk to you guys later. Like the video if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and again, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.